Welcome to Physics Made Easy channel. And last time we were doing problems on Brewster's law and law of Malus. For revising, mu is equal to tan IP. IP is the polarizing angle. This is the Brewster's law. When polarization occurs on reflection, the reflected and refracted components are mutually perpendicular. Important point is ray of reflection and ray that is refracted, they are mutually perpendicular, and I is equal to I naught cos square theta. IP and theta are in degrees and mu has got no units, and we have done these two very important problems last time. And now this was the problem where there were four polarizing sheets, and kindly go through this problem. This concept is very important. Single most important concept is this. And the next concept that I'm going to pick up now is unpolarized light is incident on a plain glass surface. What should be the angle of incidence so that the reflected and refracted rays are perpendicular? Now this is basically a bit of twist. They are perpendicular at polarizing angle. Simply you have to find the polarizing angle. Just find IP. He is not directly asked IP by, you can say, a bit of twist in this problem, a bit of twist in the sense that he has asked this question indirectly, that instead of asking polarizing angle, he has given the consequence of polarizing angle or the result of polarizing angle. That is what he has given here. So mu is given, just very simple formula. Mu is equal to tan IP. He has not asked polarizing angle, as I have already told you. He has given the consequences when light is incident at polarizing angle. This is the condition which takes place. Reflected and refracted rays are perpendicular to each other. Nothing more in this. Only this point is to be noticed. Only this point is to be noticed. And the next is unpolarized light of intensity I naught passes through two polarites P1 and P2 such that axis of P2 makes an angle theta with axis of P1. A third polaroid P3 is placed between P1 and P2 with pass axis of P3 making an angle beta with P1. I1, I2, I3 represents the intensity of the rays coming light transmitted by P1, P2, P3 determine the values of angle theta and beta for which all these three they are equal. Now this is that we have to determine. It's a good. Now in this problem I will draw a diagram. Now here is this diagram. First, there is one I would like to draw it. Here the space is more. Here we can draw the diagram. Here the space is more, yes. Now this is the first polarizing sheet. This is the second. I will draw the second like this. This is the second polarizing sheet. Now what he says that two polarites P1 and P2 such that their pass axis of P2 makes an angle theta with pass axis of P1. So this is the path axis of P2. Note down. This is the path axis of P2. This is the path axis of P1. This makes an angle theta here. And now we are placing here the third axis. The third axis, which is P3. Now, a third polaroid P3 is placed between P and P2 with path axis of P3, making an angle beta with this now. See, this is the path axis of P3. This makes an angle beta here. The angle between these two, this and this. Now, suppose this is here we have got let I1. I1 is the intensity of light coming out here. I2 is the intensity of light coming out here. I3 is the intensity of light coming out here. So this is I1. And now intensity of light coming out here, I2, will be equal to I1 cos square beta. Intensity of light coming out here will be I3 is equal to I2 cos square theta minus beta. Now these are the three passes. This is something that is to be understood. Now he says I1 is equal to I2. So this is I1. I2 is I1 cos square beta. Actually, he has taken this as I3 because this is P3. So I will take it as I3 because this is P3 and this is P2. So he has taken it as I2. And here I shall be having I2 and here I3 because of changing notation. So first is this I1 cos square beta I3. Here I1 cos square beta because beta is the angle here. And now in the next part we have got I2. I2 is I3 cos square theta minus beta. Now the condition is both of them are equal. Simply if both of them are equal means what do we have? We need cos square theta minus beta is equal to cos square beta. Whole of this equal to 1. So now what this implies? This implies if we put all the values, if we put all of them to be equal, to only one condition can satisfy this. One is theta minus beta is equal to 0 from first and third. From second and third is beta is equal to 0 because cos 0 only cos 0 is 1. So from this theta is equal to beta and beta is equal to 0. 0 or it can also be pi. Here also it can be 0 or pi. 0 or pi or then even 2 pi like this. So these are the possible values of angles. The important point is here This is P1 and this is P2 and P3 has been inserted in between them. And this may create some kind of notation problem because we are in a habit of following for example, P1, then P2 and P3. Here P1 and P2 are separated, P3 is placed in between them. Kindly practice this problem, and I'm picking up only those problems, and I will make one fact to you. The problems on which questions in board is asked and MCQs on the same areas of topics are asked in the JEE main or NEET examination. So this question has figured. So you will, if you will pick up the question papers, these three or four problems, they are very much important, and problems from them has figured in your examination. And now this is another problem. So this is a very good problem. In fact, three identical polaroids P1 and P2 are oriented so that the path axis of P2 and P3 are inclined at an angle of 60 and 90 with respect to P1. So this makes path axis of P2 make are inclined at an angle 60 with this P1. This with 90 with P1, their relative angle between them is 30 I think now the problem is over. Now what he says, a monochromatic source of light I naught is kept here. Its intensity is I naught. And here intensity will be I naught by 2. And here intensity will be I naught by 2 cos square 60. And here intensity will be, for example, O3. I will pick it up as O3. You can write here, this is O2, this is O1, this is O3. O3 will be whatever the value of O2 into cos square 30. This is O3. And now fill these values. First, this intensity, this is unpolarized light. Intensity of polarized light is I naught by 2. Now here is the pitfall. We may even take the intensity of polarized light I naught by 2. Remember this point. This is the error point. Most of the students will commit error here. So this is the error point. Error point. Remember this. This is the error point. And remember that this is I naught by 2. Intensity of polarized light. This is an error point. Any pitfall that will stop you from reaching a reputed engineering or medical college. And then angle is 60 this is I naught by 2 cos square 60, and then this is O2 cos square 30. Fill the values and get the answers. Fill the values and get the answers simply. And the next problem is, let me take one more problem. What is this problem? So from now onwards we will do special problem. Till now I will revise a few pitfalls. First of all, in this lecture, we note down this point that at polarizing angle, important points to remember, at polarizing angle, reflected and transmitted or refracted beam, they are perpendicular. And here I have got a diagram for you. Yes. Now, this is the reflected beam. Yes, this is the reflected beam and this is the transmitted beam. Angle between them is 90 They are perpendicular. This is what I have stated here. And the next important point is, always in this problem, error what most of us are likely to commit in ticking the answers. What will be error? We shall be writing I2 for I3 and I3 for I2. Remember this. line, and also the calculation of this angle. This makes an angle theta, this makes an angle beta, and an angle between both of them is theta minus beta. And one, this is the point to be kept in mind. Second is notation. You will write I2 in place of I3 because we are in a habit of writing P1, P2 and P3. Here P3 is placed between P1 and P2, and that disturbs the order. Yani this will lead to a silly mistake. And then the next problem is here. Here again, this is the error point. If this is I naught is the intensity of unpolarized light, then the intensity of polarized light is I naught by 2. And rest again the calculation of this angle, because 90 degree and 60 degree is with P1. So between them will be their difference. So with these, I think with this we finish this lecture, and in the very next lecture we are going to do special problems. Thank you very much.